Young Feminist Club is about having a safe space where anyone can pursue activism and just make the world a better place, starting locally with our own community. So a lot of the projects that we focused on is for menstrual equity and making sure that there's gender equity at Sequoia High School. So you might know like our Pink Box project where we supply the entire school with pink boxes that has free menstrual products that are funded by our own club and by mini grants that we receive. We also have done some reform to the sexual assault reporting system at Sequoia and made it more accessible, especially during COVID. We are starting some cool projects about like body image and mental health. It's important to know that the Young Feminist Club really practices intersectionality, and we make sure that feminism is accessible to anybody. So anyone can join, anyone can participate. It doesn't matter what you look like, how you identify. Feminism is for everybody. We just want to make Sequoia the right place for everybody. We make sure to uplift those in our community, and we make sure to provide as many resources as possible to people with uteruses and people that identify as women. Like our hallway takeover is just kind of like a big celebration of like, we're here. And providing free menstrual products and just being a safe space on campus, I feel like is really important. We're well renowned and like respected, and just like existing and continuing to exist. I feel like that's really important to have that safe space if people want to be a part of it. We are trying to celebrate Women's History Month by doing a hallway takeover. So by like the 150 wing in the main building on the lower level, we have streamers all everywhere. We made some really cool feminist protest posters, and we're just trying to be like loud and proud because that's what Women's History Month is all about. I hope we have a female president. I want to see that. I want to see more women on the Supreme Court. I want to see just more women in power, more diversity. I want us to have equal pay. I want there to be more safety on the streets, less like catcalling, sexual assault, all of that. Just like justice in general, and just like all over the world, just for some good old equity. Women's History Month is important to me because it recognizes like my womanhood, and it recognizes the womanhood of millions and billions of other women that are currently living and that are struggling and that are doing incredible things. And it just gives us a space to be able to celebrate that and to be able to celebrate like half the human population. None of us would be here if it weren't for women. I've faced a lot of hardships because of being a woman. From like the age of like maybe 10 or 11, I started to get catcalls because of how I looked. And I was just like walking like on my own, and like I would be objectified really easily, or like people would treat me differently because I like looked different or stuff like that, or people wouldn't take me as seriously because I'm a woman, so they don't think I'm as smart. And like most of the questions that I'd always get like when I'm with families, like, oh, do you have a boyfriend, or blah blah blah, and it's like I wouldn't be of value to them unless I had like a boyfriend, which doesn't even apply to me, but that's a whole other issue. Who is my favorite woman? My mom. I have a lot of reasons for my mom, though. She's like not to go for like the cliche answer, but she's actually like the biggest badass that I know. Can I say that? Yeah, she's a badass, and I love her. She came from Switzerland. She had a hard upbringing, and then she came from Switzerland to marry my dad, and had a hard time like trying to find her footing and learning an entire new language. But over the past couple of years, she's like established herself super well. She founded her own practice as a massage therapist and as a Reiki master, recently became a yoga teacher. She runs her own business, and she is getting married again later this year. So that's really exciting. But I don't know, she's like the most resilient person that I know. And of course, like when I was like 12 years old, I had the phase where I hated her, but like so does everybody. But yeah, she's my best friend. That's my favorite woman.